18 people on the call so far. Hey, Alex, Carol, good to see you. Debbie, Jackie and Greg. John, good to see you, John.
Hello.
Judy, Stephanie, Sam, our most energetic dancer at Summit.
Hi, Mike.
Okay, Vanessa, Steve. Bunch of people still popping in. Christine are probably our most, what do I want to say? Dedicated.
Gimpy?
Gimpy, getting around through all of Summit on crutches. Gotta give kudos to that.
And kudos to this guy for carrying all my stuff.
Yeah, there we go. Mo, good to see you. Tanya. Okay, I think we've got enough to get started. Danny B. Okay. Debbie. Judy. Okay, so we've got a group. Let's get started, and then everyone will jump in when they can. We've got a lot to cover today. So, Coach Maria, you want to kick us off?
Yes, as you guys all know, we always start with a great win, and this call's no different. So, who has a great win for us all? It can be from the summit, it can be work related, it can be personal. So, who wants to kick us off?
I'll share real quick.
All right, whoever you jumped in, you got it. Let's go.
Hey guys, I'm John. I'll just share on a workout level in regards to training. I'm on day 187 of doing 100 push-ups every day. So proud of that.
Wow.
That's awesome. Mike did that for a really long time. That's
Yeah,
awesome, John.
over a year.
All right, we got time for one more. Let's do one more and we'll get started.
I would love to share one. This is Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Hey,
Hi,
Carol.
we missed you. We so missed you.
Oh, thank you
at
so much. You're so
Summit.
sweet.
Well, last summit, one of the asks that Tom Ferry had for everybody was to map out your year. And one of the things I had kind of as a stretch goal was a trip with my family to Disney. And it's been over a year. We're taking it next month. So these little wins, I had to work hard to get to that trip because it ain't cheap. But we
No,
leave
it's not.
next month. So
Congratulations. That is a great reward for everybody. And kids are great accountability partners. So great job.
All right.
All right, well, let's get started.
Okay. I am going. So the goal of this meeting is for everyone that was at Summit. I'm going to ask you a few questions. It's going to basically be, what was your one Summit moment? This has nothing to do with a takeaway or anything about your business. It's what was a Summit moment that you really enjoyed, resonated with you, something that you're going to remember because you attended Summit. Then the second one, and Carol, I know what yours is, or at least I think it should be.
Yep.
And then the second question is, what is your number one takeaway? What is something that you're going to implement by the end of the year? Now we can go up to three max, but I want, since we have so many on the call, at least one, something you're going to implement, something that you learned at Summit, something that you heard that, like, okay, I need to do that, and I'm committed to doing it by the end of the year. We could do it in 2 weeks, we could do it in 3 weeks, but it's going to be done, and it's something that you learn from by being at Summit. So those are the two main questions I'm going to be asking everybody. I'd like to kick it off, and I'd like to start with myself and say one of the things that I really, most memorable for me, and it pretty much is the same always, but it's really meeting you. We get to sit on the other side of these Zoom calls every week, and we get to engage, and we get to help you guys grow and improve your business. But it's all through this lens of Zoom. Actually getting to be able to give you a hug and high fives and have and share meals and just get to meet you as individuals, that's always it's what I live for. And I know Maria also does, and unfortunately she couldn't make this one, but it's something that we really love, and it's something that we really look forward to for both Elite Retreat and Summit. So that being said, that's my most memorable moment. I already have my room booked for Elite Retreat in San Diego. I know a few of you already do as well. So let's jump on board. If you're going to Elite, get that room now. I think we all know how important it is, or how easier it should make it if you're in the host hotel for all of our dinners, lunches, and everything that we do. So that's my most memorable moment. My takeaway. So everyone that was at Summit, that if you had lunch with us on the last day, you know this, because I would think this is probably something that every single one of you can do and need to do. And I think this is one of the most important things that I think the future of real estate, actually the future of the world, is all going to AI, right? I joke, we have pre-AI and post-AI. And I think that we're going to look back on this moment of post-AI as a world-changing event, bigger than the event of the internet or the personal computer. This is huge. So we are on the cusp of being able to take advantage of that and being the first, let's say, on the land grab. Hey, Ed, I just saw you pop up on my screen for whatever reason. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Okay, so we're on the first of the land grab. What we're going to do, or what I see, and by the way, I can't see everybody, so I don't know if John's on the call right now or not. But John has been doing this for a while, and according to one of our last calls, he told me that 3 people came on his or 3 leads that came into his system, filled out his little Google form, and said, "How did you hear about me?" They answered it saying, "AI recommended you." So what I've learned is that we have a new client. Pre-AI, we marketed to homeowners, to buyers, and we maybe the move down community, maybe first-time home buyers. I mean, those were our clients. These are the people we marketed to. We have a new client, and it's probably not potentially, it will be the largest referral client in the world, and that's AI. How do we get AI to say, I want to refer you to Ed Philbrick. I want to refer you to Jackie. I want to refer you to John. It's like, how do we get AI to say that? So there's a couple things that I learned at Summit. Well, one, matter of fact, many of you, we've already been talking about one of these, and that's a blogging strategy. But the other one I learned at Summit, and I thought this was, and I've been playing with a bunch of my clients, and I think this is really important. We need to go out and we need to find out where AI, when somebody says, who would you recommend, or what realtor specializes in Round Rock, Texas? If I hear that, or if I say that, what is AI doing to find who to recommend? What it's going to do is it's going to go and search a ton of websites. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask the same question. I would ask it multiple different ways to see if it searches different websites. And I don't know the answer to that. This is all new. I just got back from Summit myself. But it's like, who would you recommend? Who's the best? Who specializes in? I would try all these different things, and I would try it on all of the AIs. I wouldn't just use chat. I would also try Grok. I'd also try Perplexity, which, by the way, Perplexity is going to be a huge thing. Make sure you're playing with Perplexity. Big things coming on that front, but I'm not going to go into it on this call. But Perplexity with Comet, like COMET. Do research on that. This is big. It's all about agentic AI. But I don't want to digress. Okay, so I would ask all of them. I'd then look at the resource pages the AI went to decide how to answer that question. Every one of those, if you can, obviously, like Redfin, nothing you can do about it. You can't create it. You're not going to just become a Redfin agent. But like Fast Expert or Zillow, Real Trends, Homes.com, all of those. These, you can claim your profiles and make sure that you have them updated and completely filled out with all your information. So not only does AI say, oh, I found you here, but they see that you have a complete profile, which means you're a true professional. So that's the first step. Now, when you're filling it out, I would challenge everybody before you do this to create a master bio, like a bio about yourself. And what I mean by that is you need to create, and if you're part of Jason's AI Marketing Academy, he has a prompt already built for you in that academy. So you can go right there and look for the prompt and copy paste, because what you need is you need a bio that has all the Google keyword search terms, includes the areas you work, includes things such as, I always strive to be the best realtor in. So, that way if they're typing. So you want a really long bio that has all of this information in there. And then you need 2 other versions, a minimum of 2, maybe 3, but a medium-sized bio and a short bio for like Instagram and those that just allow you to have a couple sentences. But you want the bio to resonate and be just like the other versions of itself. What we're looking for here is kind of like what we've always talked to you guys about, and that is you want your clients, especially around a GeoFarm, to say, oh my God, I see Steve everywhere. I see the Depose everywhere. I see Omar everywhere. This, we've talked about that a number of times. Well, now we want the AI to see, oh my God, I see Judy everywhere. She's on all the websites. She's on everything with a complete profile with all the stuff all filled out and ready to go. So then the AI is like, this is a true professional. I feel comfortable referring this person out. Okay. Any questions about the master bio? Okay, so Jason has a slide at Summit. I'm going to upload it to Discord right when I quit talking. That he's got the 12 top that he likes. I still recommend that you do your own research to see what you have locally, because locally you might have websites that affect your area. That you might have something that affects North Houston versus something that isn't really located other places, type of thing, right? Okay. Hey, John, you want to go on mute for? We can hear your stuff in the background. Okay. So that's the master AI. That's getting everything out there. Then the second component, and being everywhere you can. Second component, create a blog. So if we want the AI to refer us to everyone, we have to give the AI what it wants. So it needs to be comfortable knowing that we're a true professional. So we need to be everywhere. And then we need to give it what it wants. And what does it want? It wants knowledge. And it wants hyper local knowledge. It can get statewide knowledge easily from anywhere. It can get countywide knowledge from anywhere. But can it get knowledge from, let's say, a small area? Can it get from your town, let's say, even go down all the way to a subdivision? Tom was talking about in the growth podcast that, like, can we get so narrowly focused that you're talking about like an individual condo tower if you work a downtown area? I mean, that's the kind of knowledge that AI is really looking for, something that it can't get anywhere else. So if it can get it from you, you've taught it something. The more you teach the AI, the more it's going to want to recommend you. It's the more it's going to look at you as the local knowledge professional. I talk about what questions are people asking AI before they make a decision to move or before they start researching a realtor. Could they be asking things like, hey, what's the average weather? Could they be asking where's the best school district? Could they be asking where's the least amount of crime? Could they be asking where's the best mountain biking trails? Could they be asking where's the best surfing? I mean, think about any number of things. Where are the best dog parks, walking trails? I mean, if we're answering all of these types of questions, this is what people might be asking. I often say, and I know this is true for myself, and I think after all these years in real estate, I believe we're all going to be able to say, when people are thinking of moving, don't they move where their interests can be, where they can enjoy their interests? If they love surfing, they're going to move closer to the coast instead of further away. If they love mountain biking, they're going to go places where they can mountain bike instead of going to Texas where everything's flat. But even though I just found out there are mountain biking places in Texas, didn't expect that. But if you're going to go and if you're going to move where your hobbies where you enjoy your hobbies, and you can participate in those hobbies. So blog on people's hobbies, and then you're going to take that and you're going to upload that into a blog. It has to be a blog. AI works off searching blogs. So I know we may say, oh, but the consumers may not. How do I get to consumer facing? This isn't for consumers. It's because the consumers aren't going to go searching the internet anymore looking to find these answers. That's what we used to do. That's old school. Now we're just going to ask AI. And AI is going to do this research for us. And in that 0.8 seconds, give us all the answers. I want you to be one of the resources that you use to find that answer and then give it to the person who asked the question. So we don't need to make it consumer faced. We're making AI faced. To make it AI faced, it has to be a blog, preferably with the word blog in it, so it makes AI very easy to find it. And then just the text. From what I understand, 900 words seems to be a magic number for a blog. Now, if you want to take it a step further for consumer based, which would be social media, you could then tell the AI, hey, turn that blog into an Instagram post with appropriate hashtags and give me an image. Now you got your social media. That's consumer based, right? You could even tell it, for those of you that have your avatars done, you could say, hey, give me a 300-word teleprompter script. Cut, paste into your HeyGen avatar, boom, now you got a YouTube video. Okay, so we can do both. We can make it consumer, but this, I'm really talking about doing something so that AI can find you, learn something from you, and then recommend you and become a referral partner. Any questions? Any comments? Anybody having already doing this? Anybody?
I have a
Yeah.
question, Mike. How often should we write a blog?
Great question. I would say what I'm hearing is daily would be great. Now, if you do this appropriately, you should not be spending too much time on this because we're using AI to write the blog, right? So a lot of my clients, and I think Jason suggested this, it's like, hey, give me 5 things that a buyer needs to know right now about moving to the Atlanta metro area that are pertinent to somebody buying in the next 3 months or something, okay? And then it's going to give you 5 questions. Oh, wait, here's the key. You want the answer in question format. What are the 5 questions people are asking that are thinking of moving to Atlanta metro area? And then it will give you those 5 questions. Then you're going to, each day, once every morning, part of your morning routine, you wake up, you take one of those questions, you go in your AI, and you say, act as a professional real estate advisor, answer this question.
5600 Princess G property.
Who do we got? I'm muted. I can't tell.
So I can generate the quote and then send it to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can get that to you.
Let me just
I
get
don't
the,
typically send out. It's not something I normally send out. So, and I just kind of giggle because I feel embarrassed. But that's usually a processor function. So I'll get it to you.
okay. Done. Okay. So you're going to go in and you're going to have you're going to ask, or every morning you're going to take the one question and you're going to tell the AI to answer it as a professional real estate advisor and answer it in 900 words. You're going to take that. You could even tell it to create the image for you, and then you're done. I've done this on the call with some of you on a coaching call, and it takes no more than 5 to 7 minutes if you're doing it right. If it's taking you longer than 15 minutes, you're doing it wrong. You're overthinking it. You're second guessing, and you're putting too much of your own thoughts into this, and you're making it more difficult than it is. If you're blogging every day, the blog you did today will be super old 3 weeks from now. So don't overthink it. The other thing I have is too many people sitting there going like, well, I don't like these 5 questions. I don't care. We're not doing it for you. We're not doing it for us. We're doing it for the AI, and the AI thinks these questions are important.
Okay. Last
So
question, where do we put the blogs?
Okay, if you have a website, you're going to add it to your website if you can, if you have control. If you do not, I'd be looking at like a free Blogger account. I think Blogger is still free. I don't know. I haven't used it in years and years and years. But Blogger, WordPress, I'd ask AI what kind of blogging websites are out there. Heck, I might even ask AI, which one's your favorite blogging websites? I mean, it's like, why not ask the customer what they enjoy, right? So if I were to write a blog, that I wanted to help you answer questions from people thinking about buying homes, where should I write that blog, and how would you best like it served? But I do, if you have a website, that's your default, because you do want to drive. Why not have it available for consumer facing too, if in case?
Right.
And by the way, you can use these blogs in newsletters. I mean, there's so many ways you can use this.
So what it seems to me is it really levels the playing field. It's a brand new thing, so playing field's leveled, and be first, be fast, right?
Be first, be fast. That was one of the main things at the summit. So yes, be first, be fast. That is important. Thank you, Betty Jimmy, because that's I always akin this to, like, for instance, let's call it the California Gold Rush land grab, right? Everybody at first is coming out, putting stakes in the ground. This is my land. No one can touch it. They're going to get gold off that land. Everybody else that comes in, it's too late. Well, they're building shovels for the people that got there first.
Yep.
We don't want to build shovels. We want to use the shovels others build for us. We want to be the ones that get on the land grab, and we want to teach AI that we're the ones that it should be recommending. We're going to have a lot of competition. Everyone's going to do this. Everyone.
Right.
Give it a year. This is the new GeoFarm type of thing. You know what I mean? It's like everyone's going to do it. You're going to have tons of competition. But right now, part of Ferry International, we're the first. Any other questions on? So I'm calling this. This is a new lead pillar, and I'm calling it's marketing to AI. We're going to talk a lot about that over the years to come, or at least months, until agentic AI is a thing, which will be here. It's already here through Comet, kind of. But that'll change everything all over again. But that's all right. It's not going to change it. What we're doing will still be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any other questions on marketing to AI?
I have a question, Coach.
Yeah.
Omar. So this is I have a blog area in my website, but I don't do much with it. So this would be in addition to continuing to post as much as possible on your GBP, Google Business Profile, and I also have a section for neighborhoods, which also I haven't really done much with as far as to make it really hyper local. So I'm assuming this is in addition to GBP.
Yes, this is an addition. Matter of fact,
optimizing.
You don't want to use Google Business Profile as your blogging site, because not all AIs read Google Business Profiles. So you can put it there if you like. There's no harm in doing it, but don't make it don't use that as the site where you're putting your blog to help be the knowledge broker for AI. It has to be on like a blogger, a website, something else. They're indexed differently. The way a website is indexed, and don't ask me too many more questions about this because I'm really pushing my limit on what I know here, but I do know what Jason has said is that Google Business Profile is indexed differently as a web page, and AIs don't read through Google Business Profiles like they do websites.
So on websites, the best route.
A website is how you're going to teach AI. Now, Google Business may be more consumer-faced, right? So you still want to do that. That's no problem doing it. It's just not AI-based. And I'm specifically talking about how to market to AI.
So since Google also owns YouTube, does that affect these blogs? Because those are just really visual blogs, right? The information that you would do on there. Does
on YouTube
use those?
Say that again.
Does AI go through those information?
From what I understand, it does not do video.
Does
not as a rule. Not as a rule. I mean, you can ask it to, and it can, but it doesn't use that as a knowledge source for general info. So blog is the best way to teach AI right now. And words, text, in a blog. Now, I'm totally a fan of YouTube, and I think I've talked to a lot of you about this. I think this is an interesting theory, or something that I've been noticing since my son is now getting to the age of thinking about buying a home, and he's been talking to me about it. I noticed he does not have, and neither do any of his friends, have a Facebook or Instagram account. Don't even have one. Okay,
Tried getting
So-
here before the call.
you got to remember that when you are doing your social media or you're doing your content, because if you're relying on Facebook and Instagram to get all of your leads and you're ignoring YouTube, that's a mistake. All of the links my son sends me when he's like doing research and doing all this type of stuff, they're all YouTube links.
Hmm.
He doesn't even, if your primary marketing is Instagram, Facebook, he doesn't know you exist. You're not even an option. That's why I say YouTube, and to a lesser degree TikTok. I'm not a big TikTok, but it is where a lot of people are. But YouTube is definitely where everyone's at. So to your point, Betty Jean, YouTube is important, but it's not for AI. That's consumer.
Gotcha.
So is there a way that you could like kind of integrate the blog with YouTube or in one way or another?
So yes, because what you're going to do is you're going to take that blog and then you're going to tell your AI to turn it into a 300 word. That is just an arbitrary number. I have no idea if
Yeah.
if that's a good length, but a 300 word teleprompter script.
Okay.
And either A, you could then just throw up your camera and read it, or B, put it in your AI avatar, which I am going to share Mo's last one she did, the market. Did I put it on the thing already, Discord? I know I planned on doing it yesterday. I don't think I got to it. No, I don't think so. She totally fooled me. I'm telling you, I watched her entire video and then I get on a coaching call with her and she says, "Hey, I saw you liked my AI avatar." And I'm like, "No way, that was not an AI avatar." And I guess she's still claiming it really is, because I've rewatched it now 3 times, and I'm telling you, it's like there's no way that is an AI. So I'm not sure if she's just pulling my leg, or
It
if
took
it's
a
just
lot
that.
of recordings to get that perfect template for the AI to create the best rendition of me. So, but then it worked.
Well, I'm in awe of that one, because that one you totally got me.
Mike, let's go back. Let's go back a second to where you were saying 300 words. Okay.
Right.
What Jason tells us and has been telling us for a couple of months now is that the secret on videos is 6 minutes. So if you put into GPT, create this script, create a 6-minute script on X. I shouldn't say X, on this particular topic, then ChatGPT will create a script for maybe a 1,400 word script or whatever the magic number is that'll last for essentially 6 minutes.
That's 6 minutes is for long form, and that's for buyers predominantly. We are also seeing though that for a lot of it's too long for the average scroller. So if I'm doing a search on YouTube, 6 minutes is the magic number. Yes, that's an absolute fact. If I'm doing a search and I'm looking for knowledge, but if I'm a scroller that isn't really searching, but I just come across it, we want to keep it. We really want the shorts. We want the under 1 minute. So it depends on what your intent is for the content. If I'm doing a best biking trails in North Dallas, that I want, and somebody's searching for, I want to live where there's great biking trails, that one should be 6 minutes, because I have the intent to find that knowledge and I'm going to enjoy a 6-minute video. But if I'm just scrolling and all of a sudden I see best places to do biking trails, I wasn't looking for it, I'm not going to watch 6 minutes, but I will watch 45 seconds. So it depends on what the content is for. Any other questions on this topic? And then
yeah, something really fast. I actually was recording you on and all that stuff, and it recorded it, transcribed it, printed it all out, and gave me a breakdown exactly what you were saying, and also it recommended to do a blog and do a 7-day schedule, and then it gave me scripts for 900 words for my blog, and I'm already set up. I got 7 days worth of blog stuff just from listening to you. I didn't even have to do anything; just hit transcribe. That was it. I was going to share that.
Okay, everybody pay attention to that. He already has his 7-day scripts done. We haven't even gotten off the call yet.
Yeah, I didn't even have to try. It's the best surf spots in coastal Orange County near Huntington Beach.
There you go. Look at that.
Crazy. Yeah.
I
So,
just had
yep.
ChatGPT create 10 fun little known facts about Round Rock blog, and it took it less than 5 minutes. It's already.
Oh my gosh. Okay. See,
All right, cool.
anybody that tells me that this is hard, they're doing it wrong.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to turn. We got 30 minutes before I need to let you all go. So I took 10 minutes longer than I expected. So let's turn it back over to you guys. I want volunteers first. Anybody that was at Summit, what was a moment that you enjoyed, and what are you implementing by the end of the year? And I'm taking notes. So, whatever you tell me.
I'll go.
Go.
Go, get it over with. Okay.
Yeah, get it over
Okay.
with.
My most favorite thing was meeting everybody, by far. It was so much better because last summit I was by myself and I didn't know anybody. So it was amazing. And then I
That's
joined.
because you had a different coach. That's not because you were part of our crew, right?
Well, no, my first summit I didn't have a coach. Yep,
Okay.
and then I signed up, and then I went through 2 coaches before I met the best coach ever.
What's his name?
Oh, it's Mike.
Good
So
answer.
no, it was so much fun. I mean, I came home on the biggest high, and it was so much fun. And then I rode a mechanical bull. I felt that comfortable in front of everybody. That's really that says a lot because I'm a shy person. So what I am doing between now and the end of the year is I joined AI Academy, and I am going to learn all this stuff that I find that is very challenging for me. I use AI daily to polish my emails and to do some organizations of my notes and things like that. But I'm just starting to use it for blogs, and I am extremely excited.
Awesome. Okay, we are implementing the AI Marketing Academy, and you're committing to getting done this marketing to AI.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to jump in here?
I'll go.
Okay,
Alright,
Mo,
so
let's go.
is it favorite thing and things we're gonna implement, right?
Yeah, moment, favorite moment,
So-
and things to implement.
Favorite moment in my life is a little different. You all don't know me well, but I was born and raised in Croatia and Europe, and I came to the US at the age of 20, many years ago, and I really miss my home. And I never thought I would go back. And my favorite moment at the summit was day 2, when Tom had us kind of do a meditative visualization of our future self. And Carol can attest to this. I was a train wreck. I was bawling. It was a life-shaking moment that I think has completely changed the direction that I am taking my life in now. My boys are still on the fence. But it was an incredible moment of clarity, something you're not going to get on the video. It's just that atmosphere and the sound and the production of the whole thing, and just giving us that vision that had that feeling that you can't shake. That was incredible. For you who didn't go, I'm so sorry you missed it. It was wonderful. Couple things I'm going to implement: AI automation. I'm already very vested in AI, and I think now, if any of you look at my social media, I'm using it more and more. I took Carol's review on my Google page, and I had an AI person read it, and I posted that on my Instagram. So I'm not bragging about my reviews. I have this AI third person lady who's now going to be my default review reader do that. So I'm really tapping a lot into all of the AI stuff, because if we don't get ahead of that curve right now, we're going to lose this game, because there's a lot of young agents coming out here with knowledge of all this, and us a little bit older farts are going to fall behind. So that's my takeaway.
Perfect. Beautiful. Love it.
I'll go.
All right, Jairus, let's do it.
Well, Mo, I'm so excited that you had such a great experience on that meditation. I thought it was great that that was incorporated into the event. And I wish we would have done one every day, because it was really grounding. as far as moments go, I want to say the moment that things clicked was when we were at Texas Spice and at our table, sitting with the other ladies there. I think it was Danny and Stephanie and Sam. And all of a sudden I was like, here's my tribe, because I'm a solo agent. And they say you're as good as the people that you hang around with and spend the most time with. And so it really kicked into me, because I don't have those people here, that I want to collaborate and stay in touch with the ladies, including all of the ladies I met at the conference. It was, I think it was so good to be there in person and just know that you can share and you can talk about how to do things, because some people are better than others. I was wondering, Mo, if you used a Notebook LM to change that into an audio, because I was doing some checks on my own properties that I have listed and following what Jason taught us yesterday and listening to him last night and getting kind of a kick out of the little podcast they came out with. AI is amazing, and that's the top of my list as well, to get better at it. I've been using it, and there's just so much more. I'm barely got my foot in the water right now. Excuse me. The other thing I want to do is be more consistent, because I felt like I do a lot of things, but I'm not consistent. So I want to really get scheduling, so that, like you said, you get up every day and you blog one thing, and I need to get my weeks really time blocked and stick to them.
All right. Love it.
I'll jump in.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, John, go.
Okay, guys. For me, obviously meeting Mike for the first time, I haven't met Maria yet, other than her, my coach. And so that was cool meeting everybody else. So I'm looking forward to building relationships there. But my most memorable time was with Tim Grover. Obviously, I'm a big fan, and I've read and listened to Relentless and Winning. And so I highly, highly suggest those if you're looking to get out of your own head. And then also regarding some of my takeaways that I'm going to definitely implement by the end of the year is how I show up on my social medias. I'm going to definitely start off with some sort of like hook or a gossip, not just, hey, my name is John and I want to talk to you about blah, 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 right? Like, we got to make it fun. We got to make it interesting. And that was a big takeaway. Also, I remember who was speaking around it, but they mentioned you got to start focusing on renters and first-time home buyers. So I'm getting with my title company and my lender. We're going to put together a first-time home buyer seminar, and then I'm going to just focus on helping these renters see the value of getting out of rentals and into properties to buy for their future wealth. And then I would say the last thing was just digging a moat around your people and finding a way to compete with these tech giants that are essentially trying to take our people, because they're more consistent than us, but we have more value. That's what I took away.
I love that. Great job.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I think my biggest moment was kind of like Jerry said, meeting everybody, having something in common, and being able to relate. So it definitely felt like a tribe. I'm looking forward to us staying connected and helping each other out and seeing what everybody is doing, because we all share. The biggest thing that I want to implement, there were two ladies who talked. One talked about when she was pregnant, she started with door knocking. I've never worked for a big brokerage. I would hear door knocking like, it's hot in Georgia and these houses too far apart, right? But she gave, when she finished talking, I got the end goal of door knocking. It wasn't just door knocking. Is then the direct mailers. She became the mayor in her town and now owns 85% of the market. That's what I'm doing in Conyers. So we had already worked on some of those things, Mike, like the pop buys and all of that, but it was just kind of spotty. Her saying becoming the mayor of your town was a big click for me. And the other lady who talked about open houses, I hate it in past tense. Open houses, I'm ADD, I can't sit still that long. But when she talked about it, I was like, this makes sense. So ironically, I checked on a new construction client, talking to the new construction agent. And lo and behold, she said, Stephanie, why don't you come out here and do open houses? I never heard of new construction offering agents to do open houses. So I'm going out there tomorrow to do some video, and then I'm going to go in my area and hit up, you know, some new constructions and see how I can do some open houses on Saturdays and Sundays.
All right.
That's
I
super
love to hear that. Love
I
to
have
hear
not heard of that either. I think Tim Grover was my favorite part beyond meeting all of you, which was awesome. But we've all already said that. That was super cool. Mike, you and Maria, the years I've been there and met Maria, you guys are the very, very best at getting everybody together. I don't know of any other coach that does the way you guys do. So thank you very, very much.
It's really Mike. It's really 100% Mike. But thanks for throwing me in there. I appreciate it.
Of course, Maria, because we all missed you. But Mike said, networking is my jam, and it is. It's obvious. So we're all appreciative. But I think with Tim Grover, you know, when he said, threw it out there for everyone to, if they wanted to, just get on the stage with me. I don't, whatever, wherever you want to be. And people started walking up there. And then eventually there were so many up there, they had to get down. But his composure, didn't matter what was happening. He stayed so composed. And I thought that was just, obviously everything he said was impactful. And he stayed so much on message the whole time. And I noticed that actually everyone did, like all the speakers did. It was really, really an excellent summit, really was.
I think I noticed Mo and Carol on stage.
Yeah, yeah.
That was great. Well
Yes.
done. Thank you.
I can go next.
Okay, Gladys, let's do it.
So my favorite moments, I actually had two, and I think they go, together. So it was when Tom did the meditation, and then when Tim Grover came in and said, "Hey, put your hand on your heart."
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that over and over from so many people.
Yes, and and we all know it. We all know that, we are doing what we're doing to achieve a certain goal, but I don't think, like, personally, I had not seen myself, 20 years from now, like I saw myself there, or maybe not even 20, maybe like 10. And that really put everything in perspective. And I'm like, I need to stop just making excuses for not doing what I should be doing, and just do what I need to do to achieve that, because I'm not going to get there if I don't do X, Y, and Z. And I don't want to miss out on being able to do that, right? And what that is it's me with my kids and their kids. And so I don't want to get emotional, but that's what that is. And just enjoying life, right? Just smelling the flowers. And as far as like what I'm going to implement in my business is, of course, all the AI tools, and most importantly, the one that helps me with sync all my systems together and have my business run like a well-oiled machine on its own. It was a guy that talked about the transactional side of it. I can't remember his name, but it was the paperwork and how he like synced it together with Follow Up Boss and everything else. So that, and then closing the gap between my plan and my action, and like to actually make things happen, because I can write a great plan all day long. But I'm a solo agent, and I have put a lot of excuses as to why I don't have the time. So in order to achieve that, is doing the time blocking and then writing my wins along with that to make sure that I stay on track. And if I don't have a win, based on my plan, then I need to go back and do something, right? And hopefully I'm much further along than where I'm at now, even though you think I'm doing amazing. So hopefully
You are.
I'm in a better position where I have less in my head by the end of the year.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. I will tell you this was another moment after the meditation. For those that know me, I can't get hypnotized in a big, large group. I do it solo or in a room, but not with a large group. So it doesn't work for me, but it works for my wife. And my wife was there. She texted me right after, a group of us are having dinner, and I get a text from her. She says, the last time Tom did that meditation was 10 years ago. And we've been to quite a few summits, as you all know. And we were at that one too. And it worked for my wife then. And she did the thing where she wrote down all of the things that she envisioned. And she texted me. She says, I found the notebook. I found my notes. We've achieved all of it.
Every single one. All
I
on the
mean,
list. Different geographical location, but everything, the house, the people that are there, everything was
the
exactly like
lake,
it was in my
the
meditation.
trees. I mean, it's like all these things. We didn't live in a house anything like that. We lived in Orange County. So there were no pine trees. So it's like, how would
That
you
stuff
think that
works
you're
on
going to live amongst pine trees on a lake when you're in Orange County? Anyways, so either A, it works, or B, I've been manipulated for the last 10 years by my wife to get what she wanted. It's one of the
We
two.
won't be talking about this. Who's next?
I wonder which one it is.
Next win. Let's go.
I'll go
All right.
if you guys will have me.
Yes.
Well, I think that's the power of the event is everybody's coming from different geographical locations, different backgrounds, different niches. And one event kind of, as long as you had that moment to de-stress and really focused, you had the opportunity in that room. It was all there for everybody in all their niches, luxury, military, everything. The thing that I thought was pretty interesting is I specialize in military and law enforcement, and I pulled up to the hotel because my favorite hotel, the Omni, which I highly recommend going forward. But I was over at the Hyatt and I pulled up on the Friday to check in. There was a lot of police cars from all across the nation, and turned out they were doing a canine event the whole week of Summit. So every single in the morning when I was leaving, when I was coming home, I was interacting. I have a couple lenders that are police officers. I had friends that were there. So it's resonated post the event and has opened up conversation even after leaving Summit, which is awesome. Another story that kind of ties into the heartbeat, which was, again, I liked Tim Grover. I'm from Chicago, so I really do have that Bulls connection. I lived and grew the Bulls championships. My dad would always wear his little cap that were basketball champions, but I run in the morning time, and one of the patrolling officers that owns the beat that I run in pulled over and just kind of wished me a good morning. And he's like, well, why do you get up this early? And he's like, it's just, I responded that it's about the heartbeat, just making sure that I don't waste a heartbeat. And he's like, well, what does that mean? I went into talking about Summit, talking about an upcoming veterans run that I'm co-sponsoring with the town. And now I got a whole group of PD people from my town going to the town race. So just the little conversations that we have, no matter how micro, can lead into bigger and grander things. So I really enjoyed meeting people. I enjoyed Mike. I really missed Maria. I was looking forward to meeting Maria. And I just thought seeing everybody and being part of a group was a big difference from the previous year. I had a group last year as well, along with my brokerage that goes, but just to have that group where you meet all the time for lunches and you meet all the time afterwards, and you've got the feedback and the collaboration. I really appreciated that. And AI is where it's at, and that's where my focus is. I'm done.
Great job. Thank you, Carol. Thank you.
Thanks.
I was blown away because I do know Carol serves the heroes, as she calls them, the firefighters and police. And when she told me that story about when she told me that she pulled up and there were tons of police cars everywhere, I'm thinking, oh God, was there a shooting? Was there what happened? How did you? I wish you'd stayed at the Omni. Why did you have to go way over there? And then she tells me it's a convention. I'm like, oh my God, that's like universe giving you a platter. It was like, wow, what are the chances? Anybody else? Who's next?
I can go next, Coach.
Yeah, let's go.
I wasn't there in person, but I did get the live streaming. I missed some
right.
sections. But yeah, like a few other people said, I think my favorite section was Tim Grover's talk. I do get stuck in my head a lot of times. So yeah, his was really impactful, and there were so many nuggets in there that I took away, and definitely the one where he said, "Put your hand on your heartbeat." I actually mentioned that to my wife about, how sometimes we focus too much on the past, what we did wrong, instead of, right, like forging forward and realizing that, hey, any moment you spend dwelling on the past is taken away from where you can become, basically, in the heartbeats. So yeah, I think what I plan to implement is I'll read his book Relentless, because I do need to work on my mindset on a daily basis. And just some other takeaways that stood out. Obviously, you're sure be first, be fast. I tend to want to, what you're not supposed to do. I tend to want to perfect everything I want to do first instead of just, hey, do it and figure out how to perfect it later. So being first sometimes is better. Being first and being fast is better than trying to get it right the first time, right? And then the other one too that I thought was a good reminder for me, especially with my database, is that there are dozens probably of other realtors competing for their business, and sometimes we tend to think that just because they were the client in the past, and you reach out to them occasionally to see how they're doing, you think that you're going to be their agent, right, in the future. But I mean, there's like they said, there's so much more competition out there from other agents that you really have to work on the relationship and building that loyalty. So building that moat around your database was a big takeaway, kind of like not an aha moment, but a reminder that, hey, just because they worked with you in the past doesn't mean that if you're not working the relationship, they're going to be loyal to you again, and that you do need to be intentional about that. So yeah, that's my takeaways.
All right. Thanks, Omar.
Yeah. Oh, one more question I had. Has anybody purchased the on demand of all of this, the event?
Rose has.
Yeah,
I
okay.
asked about it. The email that I received said, oh, $99 and you get your video. And then I emailed back and said, cool, how do I go about it? And they emailed me back and said, oh, $149 and you get your video. And I was like, whoa.
I think it's 99, I thought.
Yeah, I can forward you the email. They emailed me back and said 149, and I'm thinking, and I responded and I said, that's not what the original email said, and then crickets. I really want that video, and also, can we have
Slides? I knew you were going to say that, slides. I know, I'm waiting too.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I emailed my rep, but I haven't heard back from her as well. So that's why I was wondering if anybody has successfully purchased it, because I did miss some sections that I'd really want to go back and view.
We
That's it.
purchased it.
Okay.
I think the email I got was that it was going to be available sometime next week.
Right. That's what I heard
Okay,
too.
maybe that's why then. Okay.
I just want to say that I have all the slides because they were offered while we had it on demand the next day and the next day. So I downloaded all the slides.
Of course you did, Batia. Can you share those with us? I should have asked you from the beginning.
I could upload them onto Discord.
I should have. I don't know why I didn't think of emailing you, because if anybody had gotten them, you would be the one.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
the
my
slides
God.
for every session.
Sorry, yeah, I got it for all 3 days.
Oh, that's cool. I'd love to
Yeah,
get
I
my
think,
hands on
I
that.
mean, because I think that because we were live, they were just offering it. It was on that platform that you signed up in.
They were on the app, and I just didn't think to download them while I was sitting on the floor. I was going to wait till Friday and download them, but then they took the app away.
Yeah, they did.
And
Yeah,
they've
and
never
if you
done that
downloaded
before.
them on your phone, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to download them on my laptop, and then the Wi-Fi was crappy because there was 5,500 of us in that room. So it was
Yeah.
the app kept glitching all the time.
Yeah, last year I did download them on this while I was on the floor, but then I figured this year I'll just wait. And then of course, anyway, so Bhatti, if you could share those with us, that would be awesome. Put them on Discord.
Yes, I will do that. And since I'm talking, so because it's so late here, I'm visiting family in Turkey, so it's already
I'm shocked you're even on the call. What time is it?
here. Yeah, it's almost midnight. And so my biggest takeaway was also my database, like Omar. And because I think there's so much potential there and we don't always do it. And also AI marketing, I did a yearly 50% off subscription, which and I still need to log on and get more out of it, but I'm very determined to get most of AI and blogging as well.
Awesome.
And
Love
I'm
it.
done.
Okay, you're done. Hey, as far as people dedicated to the coaching calls, Batu could be in Greece, you could be in Turkey, she could be wherever she's at. She never misses a call. So when you guys are sitting like, oh, I'm running late, well, be in Turkey.
My quick question for you, so
Yeah.
I don't forget. I know one of the things was when we were exchanging referral cards, then we were supposed to reach out to those people that we did connect to. Do we have a template for that, or should we just make something out of ChatGPT? Something that
Okay,
we should
great
make sure we
question.
keep in that.
So as you all know, Maria and I believe that you should use these events not only for getting knowledge and motivation, which we love the motivation side of it. I think that's one of my biggest things I always got out of 18 summits now and almost probably 10 elites. But the other side of it is the networking and what Stephanie just alluded to. And that is that you should be able to get your coaching paid for through referrals. And I know that a lot of you do get referrals through the coaching system, but if you do it with intention, that means when you're meeting people, now that summit's over, I'd put all of those people in your database with a tag, like agent referral, right? So this is another agent, but it's a referral. We're going to reach out to them 4 times a year. And in one way, and to make it really easy, hopefully, you know what their number one lead source is if you had the conversation with them, so you can talk about their lead source and what kind of marketing do they do. What are their 3 takeaways or 1? And then in 3 months, you're going to be able to come back and say, hey, so are you still doing whatever? If you're taking notes and putting in, hey, are you still doing the AI marketing, marketing the AI, whatever their number one takeaway was. But I would also go and I would take a look at all of their current Google business reviews. If they don't have any, go look them up on Zillow or wherever else and see if they have reviews there. Copy the reviews, paste it into ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT, I want to write a character review for this person based on what their clients are already saying about them. So we know that their clients are already saying these things. And then put in your ChatGPT or your AI of choice that you want to include all popular Google keyword search terms and that they specialize in these cities. By going to their Zillow or whatever, you'll see what they have already said they specialize in. And that I always like to put in there and let them know that, in my opinion, I think they're the best realtor for those areas. That way you're really helping them. And then leave them that Google review. They'll get an email from Google saying that they got the email from you. Now, if they connect you, they may not remember you, whatever. Wait 3 days. See if they reach out to say thanks. If they don't, this is your clue to reach out to them and continue that relationship and just say, hey, I just left you that. Now, remember, as you all know, if you do leave a review for somebody, you wait 2 weeks or so before you leave a reciprocal review back to the other person, because we don't want Google to say, oh, this was just a tit for tat, and then boom, and delete both. So great question. Yes, we want to put a lead follow-up system in here because Maria wants, we both want you guys to get referrals through the ecosystem.
Mhm.
Of course, I think it goes without saying, if you have a referral, check the Team Langle group because if you refer to another Team Langle agent, they're a good agent because they have a great coach.
That's right.
Exactly.
So I have a question in regards to Google reviews.
Yes.
So since we are saying that the new AI is going to be searching in other platforms, I know that we have been focusing on Google reviews for a while now. Is there, I mean, should we still focus on that, or should we use a different platform to also collect reviews there? What does that look like in the future?
Great question. So AI does not actually see the reviews because reviews are on well, I'm not even going to answer why because I don't know, but I know it doesn't look at reviews. It can't see them. There's a reason. It's technical. Jason will probably tell you if you watch one of his webinars. But actual reviews are for consumers.
Okay.
We still need to market to consumers. We're not like ignoring them. So we still need them. If I understand your question correctly, it's like, are we doing other than Google Business? Like, should we do homes.com? Should we continue to do Zillow? Should we do these other platforms? And the answer is yes. Now the question, so here's something that I always thought was, what I learned with Mike, our coach years ago, was we're always going to be asking for reviews. So go to your clients that are the most loyal to you and tell them, say, hey, I need another favor. And make a joke of it or of some sort. Hey, I really need your help. This is the new thing. I'm trying to stay relevant. Here's a review you left for me over here. Could you copy this and put it over there? And I promise I'm not going to ask you for another review for at least 2 weeks. So make a joke out of it, right? It's like we know we're going to need to keep asking them. So let's make a joke of this and then just kind of like incorporate them to like help you continue to brand and grow your marketing because we do need them. Now, AI can't see the reviews. This is what Jason has been saying, but it knows if you have them, but it can't see them. So if you have reviews on homes.com, it will see, oh, I know there's reviews there. I know there's reviews on Google. I know there's reviews on Zillow. It can't see them, but it knows they're there. So does it help? We think so, but it's really more for consumer.
Do you know, Mike, if we have a page on our website that's testimonials, and like we have the blogs and whatever else, and we copy and paste our reviews from all these other platforms where we collect them and put them there, can AI read them then?
That's a really good point. As a matter of fact, I did have we talked about that in this coach discussion group. Absolutely. And that is where it can read them because it can read IDX websites. Mm-hmm. So that's a great idea. If you took all your reviews and put it on one of your pages on your website, it can read them and will.
So I have testimonial
That's a great
tree.
idea, Mo. I'm gonna add that to everyone's homework.
I have testimonial tree that's provided to me by the broker, and I have it linked to like all my review sites are linked to it. Would it read if I am able to put that somehow in the website as a page on the website? Do you think it would read that, or does it have to be like its own page?
So here's the basic rule of thumb, because I don't know if I followed exactly where those are, but it has to be an IDX, like a website, like a normal indexed website. So like every time you post something, Maria and I were we're having a chat with AI the other weeks ago now, but it was asking questions like, how often are you researching these topics? And it's like, hey, I don't know anything until you ask me the question. Then I go research it then. But it won't research an website that's not indexed for the web, which means you have to be able to find that directly. So that's the best way I could describe it is there's no way for me to do a search to see your Google business reviews. But I could do a search and find a website. So if you could do a search to find it, so can AI. So whatever website you're talking about, if I could do a Google search and find it, then AI can too. That's the easiest way to answer it.
Okay.
But if you have to find it through, like there's really, it's a little confusing to me too, but all I got to say is to answer the question in general, a website, yes, it can find websites. And we're going to have to wrap up. I know there's a lot of people have to go. Any last minute comment, hallucination, idea?
To hit your goals, it may require a different version of yourself. That was a big one with me.
Yeah, may or will.
It will.
Will.
Exactly, because
Will.
your current version of yourself is where you're at.
You're right. Right.
If we want to grow, we need a different version.
That's right.
Okay, it was so awesome to meet everybody that I saw. I hope all of you that are going to Elite Retreat get your rooms now, because it's going to be here faster than you think. And if there's nothing else, we will see you on our next call.
I have a question.
Oh, real
The
fast.
Elite Retreat, is that only for the Elite members?
Yes, it is only for Elite, and unfortunately, it's only for the husband-wife teams are gonna. It's only the person that's on the contract can get in. If you want to get in, contact Ferry International. If you have like a partner or a spouse that you want to have attend, contact Ferry International, see what you can work out. I don't know what the rules are nowadays. When Maria and I were in production, we were grandfathered in and they allowed both of us. I don't know. They've obviously changed that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay. See you in your next call.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.